Hey everybody, so welcome back to Jim Bob's Garden. So today I just want to kind of show you around and show you how my fall garden, my winter garden, because this all should be able to last through winter, basically just give you an idea of what I got growing, how's it looking so far, and you know what the prognosis is for the season, so to speak. Alright, so come with me, we'll take a little walk. Okay, so let's start with the garlic. So far, as you can see, the garlic is doing pretty well. Now, the ones that I vernalized seem to be growing quicker than the ones that I did not. So if you look over here on this section right in here, all along there, I've only got 4 of them that have popped up. That's the ones I bought from Walmart versus my own that come from last year's harvest, and that were put in the fridge for about a month and a half, and they have definitely got the head start on the other ones. I think that the rest of them should pop up. We'll check on that as we go along. Behind that, we got some chives. Got a nice row of chives, and behind that, you can see that we have a row of tatsoi and then a row of bok choy, and then behind that are my daikon radishes, and they're doing just fine. Everything's growing pretty well. Let me take you around over here. So far, well, these two right here, those are the 1,000-headed kale, which are very tasty. I must admit, I kind of like them. And behind that are my cucumbers. Now these were the cucumbers from before bugs got to them. They died back. Temperatures have cooled off though, so I'm hoping that the bug population isn't going to be as bad. But these cucumbers here are also suffering, as you can see right there. Alright, they're getting eaten, so I don't think they're going to make it. My tomato plant is right here, and that's one that I've actually got from cuttings. And if you look right in here, there we go, I think you can see it now. I got some baby tomatoes just trying to start. So we'll see, maybe we'll get some tomatoes, maybe we won't. But either way, it was just a cutting from an existing plant. So, with that being said, let's come over here to this section. And even in and amongst the weeds, you can see that I have a lot of lettuce down here. These are my beets right in here. Well, let's see, that's not beets. These are my beets all along there. I need to weed it out real good. And then my bunching onions are just starting to sprout up. You can see them right here. Alright, see that line along there, and then there's some more in the back. And I don't know if it was my seed or if it's just not the right season, but the burgundy lettuce is taking a lot longer to come up and grow. I do have a few in there. I put a lot of seed, and I think let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plants I think I have of the burgundy lettuce, but that's okay. We'll intersperse some other stuff in and amongst it, and then you can see again, more of the beets that are coming up and doing well. Then over here, what we have is some starting to look real sad. We're saving these basically for seed. All right, that's another one that's dying, but these are our eggplants. And then down below them, these are a sad excuse for spinach plants. I cannot seem to grow spinach. The first couple years I was here, I had spinach growing like it was crazy, and now it does not seem to like it here. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but that's where we're at with that. I just don't know. Back here I've got some more of the 1,000-headed kale, and then down beyond that, in that row over here, right in there, that is cauliflower. And then over here are collards. There's some collards right there, and they're doing okay. These I had to replant, or I just planted actually, after putting some compost in there. My broccoli along here back here, a while back, I think it was a couple years ago, I had basically separated out some garlic chives. And man, my garlic chives have gone insane. They're doing fantastic. These are my pepper plants, which are not doing well right now. I'm going to chop them back and see if I can maybe winterize them, so to speak, and see if I can get them to grow some in the winter. They're not doing fantastic, but they're getting there. They're doing okay. And then some more broccoli down at that end. All right. And then over here, this is my one basil plant, which is absolutely loving it. That is a Genovese basil, and man, it is just kicking butt, man. Growing like it's crazy. And then back behind that is all of my sweet potatoes. Alright, so we have not harvested any yet, but they're growing fine, so we'll let them go until probably middle of next month or so. The grapevine is dying back after I hacked it back quite a bit. But under that, you can see my onions. Alright, they're just really starting to take off, but it appears as though everything I planted is growing, and if it continues to do well, we should be looking at like 150, 160, something like that in onions, which is really, really nice. Alright, and then let me show you a couple other things we got when it comes to trees. So over here is my fig tree. Now, one of the things about fig trees is you'll notice that they'll lose their leaves as the summer gets real hot and into, like into August and stuff. But then they come back and you get that second flush and you get a second crop of figs. So I've got a lot of figs coming in, not quite to ripe stage yet, but they're getting real close. Alright, and even my brown turkey fig is putting some out. I don't know if it'll make it. I have a hard time getting these turkey figs off before the animals get to them. And then over here, another fruit that we've got coming in is our citruses. This is lemon, and you can see there are lemons all over the place. We got tons and tons of Meyer lemons coming in, and we are excited. Well, Mama's more excited than me. She just loves to have lemon and all kind of stuff. And here's our other lemon tree. It's also got a few. It's got one there, one over there, one there, one there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on this tree so far. And this is our roselle bush, which is really about done producing roselle, it appears like. We got one right there. We're going to get a few for seed. I still have some seed. It's done really well. We've got a ton of roselle, and Mama has harvested a lot of that for tea. We're making, drying them up for tea. Here's my other lemon tree. It has not put out any blooms or any lemons yet. And then in here we have our passion flower, which, as you can see, well, that flower is kind of dying. But we did have quite a few flowers on it. Got some more coming up here. Look right there, some more flowers. Another roselle. Alright. And then various sundry other trees that are doing okay. But right now, that's pretty much, well, let me show you also the oranges. There's just not a lot that's growing this time of year. A lot of things are starting to kind of die back and lose their leaves. So it's just part of the season. Well, I can kind of show you this, but the you look there, up here, look at that tree. Hopefully you can see that it's all flowering out, and that is our loquats. They're starting to flower out, and hopefully, if everything goes like it should, we'll have a nice crop of loquats in the early spring. This is our kumquats, another citrus tree, and they're starting to ripen up. Got quite a few once again. It usually has ripe fruit just before Christmas, so probably, as you can see, they're almost there. But we should have some loquats for the Christmas time frame. And then we've got our oranges. Last year, this tree produced, I don't know, 3 or 4 oranges. Man, look at it now. This is one of the mandarin oranges. Man, oh man, look at that production. It is producing very well. Got lots of fruit. Looks like we'll have a really nice harvest off of that. A really nice harvest off of that this year. And then our big orange trees out here in the front. Hello buddy, how you doing? And then on this one, we got quite a few oranges on this one as well. Not nearly as many as in past years. Again, I'm not 100% sure why, but I do not fertilize. So I'm thinking it's a fertilizer thing. But, you know, we probably got a dozen or so that have made it through. Which for us isn't bad. It'll be alright. And then I want to show you this too, because it's really cool. If you see right there, these are baby starfruit. Alright, this is a starfruit tree that we got. You can see some more there. We got this, we bought a starfruit and planted seed, put it in a pot. And, well, actually we planted several. A bunch of them started and then died, and this one was the only one that survived. And as you can see, it's kind of tore up on the trunk. My cat was taking it apart, basically. But so far, it's got a few fruit on it. And man, that's real exciting. I am very excited. We keep it, normally we keep it in the screen enclosure. But this year, we brought it out because it had blooms on it. You can see it's still got a lot more blooms. There's several of them. There's some there. Where was the other one? There's some more up there. And some more right there. So we got a lot of blooms on it. So we'll see how it goes. Never had them. I understand that starfruit, the tree will either make good fruit or it'll make bad. Just all depends on the tree and, you know, just how well it does, I guess. We'll find out. I'm not the expert on starfruit growing. But man, if I can keep that one alive, and actually get some fruit out of it, that would be very cool. Alright, so just a short walk around to kind of show you. You're thinking to yourself, that's not a whole lot, but in essence, I mean, this is enough plants. I mean, like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of the tatsoi. Probably another dozen of the bok choy, and then between that, the collards, the kale, I should have plenty for salads throughout the winter. All right, as long as they don't freeze hard. If it freezes hard, we may lose a few, and then we'll, you know, we got some in the screen enclosure as well, so that should help to keep us in salads. So between the salad, that we should easily be able to keep ourselves in salad, like I said, until the end of the year. And the fruit, we pretty much got a lot of food still coming in, so we'll be able to have fresh salads and hopefully some fresh fruit pretty much, hopefully, all the way into the winter, until we start getting the kumquats and the loquats, and the whole cycle starts again next year. Alright, so that's what I got going on. I kind of wanted to show you that, you know, things are coming along. I know that sometimes I show you planting and all that and don't really show the results, so I wanted to make sure that you see that a lot of what we did actually has worked out and is producing a very good harvest. In fact, with the tatsoi and the bok choy, along with the lettuce, we've harvested all of those multiple times, and in fact even had my daughter come over for her family and harvest and basically go grocery shopping in the garden. All right, so that's what I got going on. Thanks for stopping by. Do me a favor, give me a like and a subscribe. All right, but most importantly, grow something, get something growing in your yard. Man, you'll be able to go out in the back and harvest basically all the greens you need throughout the season. All right, thanks once again. Y'all come back and see me, and like I said, grow something.